Okay, what's up everybody? Welcome back to Six Cars. Now today is Saturday, July 12th. It is Importfest Day in Toronto, the biggest modified car show of the year. We're actually walking over to the show right now, and I am going to separate the videos. There will be two. There'll be a walkthrough of the show and the craziness of the rollout as well. I'm not sure, I'm still a bit undecided which one is going to be posted first. So if this is the first video, I hope you enjoyed the walkthrough. If this is the second one, then I hope you enjoyed the rollout. Either way, you're going to see tons of amazing cars in this show. We are strategically heading in towards the end as well, so hopefully the crowds have died down a bit less music, so we can actually get a walk around and see all the best cars in detail. So I'm going to head out of the garage right now, head straight into the show and jump right into the cars. If you haven't already, guys, remember to hit subscribe, like, comment, and share. Let's jump into Importfest 2025. So we'll start on this side because the stage over there is, well, funny enough, ironically, now I mention it, it's not very loud, but there's usually a ton of music playing. So we'll start on this side, and then I guess as they do the awards, we'll walk over there when the music is not playing so frequently. We'll start here. We got this nice NSX. We have seen at quite a few shows, but again, love that color. Sort of like a Millennium Jade style you see on R34s. Got the newer NC1 beside that. I think there is a lot of Hondas here, so sure, if you're a VTEC fan, you will enjoy that content. We do have a nice Mark IV Supra there on the 5-spoke Workmeisters, one of the best wheels, honestly. I know TE37s are kind of the go-to choice nowadays, Advan GTs as well, but it's nice to see people still rocking the 5-spoke Workmeisters. We've got some drag cars back here with this GTR, which looks ridiculous. Got the full parachute on the back. Obviously, it's got the full drag slicks, probably putting out somewhere around 2,000 horsepower, you have to imagine. Got the twin-turbo Huracan there as well from Sheepy Race, which obviously is quite radical. You can't fit a rear bumper on this thing because of just how much kit and caboodle they shove into the back. You can see the filters and the exhaust cram all the way to the back, full titanium setup. And there is the Sheepy Race twin-turbo kit. So I would have to guess probably around or over 1,000 horsepower. It's just ridiculous. It'd be cool to hear this thing on the rollout. Hopefully he does give it some revs. So in case the Huracan Vermont didn't get crazy enough already, you slap a twin turbo kit on it and make it that much crazier. Have one of the nicer looking kits for S2000. Now there's so many options you can do with this car, but the J's Racing wide body is pretty iconic, I would have to say, and does suit the car very well. It gives it that nice track look, but I do like it doesn't have the classic like bolt-on fenders. This one just flows much nicer with the car. It sort of gives it that silhouette Group 5 style look to it. It's got the big J's Racing wing on the back too. Nice red Brid Lomax seats too. Very good looking. And behind that we have a couple Evos. We've got, I believe, yes, it is the Evo 6 with the various wide body, more traditional bolt-on over fenders on that one. Does look quite good. Got a nice little Evo 9 here. Pretty subtle. Does have the TE37s on it though. Don't really need to do too much to these Evos because they already look so cool already, especially now that Evos are much rarer this day and age because they haven't built them in a very long time. So if anyone from Mitsubishi is watching, please bring the Evo back. But yeah, very good looking setup. I think it is putting out around like 500 horsepower, if I look at that dyno correctly when I walk past it. But yeah, just so much cool stuff to look at here. There's a better look at the front of the Veris Evo 6. You guys can see the carbon fiber front splitter and the canards are all connected. That is really cool how it actually is one piece essentially. It's not separate from the canards like it usually is, and some nice multi-spoke Volk wheels on that just in front of the blue Brembo brakes. But as you guys can see, it is a pretty big show. There's a lot to go through, so that's why we're going to try and get all the best stuff we can. Might not be able to see every tiny little detail on each car just because of the time and how long this might take, but we'll do everything we can. Do like this Impreza on here as well. This Narita dogfight wing is really cool. It's got a very low style to it, so I guess low drag, but it still has these big end plates, sort of like a GT style wing, so a bit of a mix of both worlds there. And man, that is a giant turbo on there. Oh my goodness. So again, probably pushing out a ton of power. It's got a nice little wide body kit to her, huge front splitter. So there's a lot going on. It's hard to tell. This is just a show car. Maybe it's a race car too. There's a lot of different aspects going on with this Subaru, but I love the purple too. That is quite nice. And we have the next mod section of cars here. By the way, if you are looking to modify your car in Toronto and you need parts, definitely go to our friends at Next Mod, because they are the best and they've been around for so long. They know exactly what they're doing and can get everything you could possibly need. And I mean, look at this Evo 8 they have built. It's got the full Voltex kit on it. It's got the nice white Desmond Rega Masters, the Brembo brakes too, which interestingly enough actually kind of threw me off. I thought they were Project Mu brakes because it has the same color, but they are in fact Brembos. So color me surprised. I didn't know you could get them in that color, but this car has been around for quite a while. I think it's undergone quite a bit of changes, so be curious to know how much power it's putting out nowadays. You can see the exhaust dump coming right out of the hood there, just cheekily sticking out beside the vents. But yeah, nice carbon fiber hood on that. Got the big GT wing on the back too, and behind that we do have, I guess, sort of a competitor. That one is obviously going for more of a GT time attack style, but then we do have the rally style Subaru Impreza wagon, which looks really good. Nice paying tribute to the Solberg family. They are one of the best known rally families out there, but man, oh man, that is a cool build. I love that WRC style rear wing on the back too, that just kind of hooks around that rear window. That's a very good looking build. Got this BMW M2 tucked away in the back, all the way from Quebec, I believe. It's a super clean build. There's a lot going on. It's got a ton of CSF parts under the hood, which is sort of like the holy grail for BMW tuning as far as I'm concerned. I like the little carbon fiber canards there too, sort of reminiscent of a GT3 RS, TE37's classic choice. But look at these Recaro bucket seats. My goodness, it doesn't get more race car than that. The whole back end is gutted out too with that full roll cage. You can see that giant shifter in there. Be interesting to see, maybe it's a full sequential gearbox. I'm not sure. Maybe it's the short shifter, but either way, that does look really good. And again, I love that green color too. It looks so damn nice. We've got a nice Benz Supra 350Z over here, a bit lesser known than obviously Rocket Bunny and Liberty Walk, but they do make some really cool wide bodies, as you can see with this 350Z. And the front ends on this car are just ridiculous. These canards are absolutely massive. It's got a really cool front splitter design to it. It's got the underglow as well, and some nice multi-spoke Workmeisters too to top it all off. But yeah, very good looking kit. Here, another really cool S2000. Roof racks are absolutely king, especially when you put them on coupes where you wouldn't usually see them. But look how he's got it mounted on the back here with all of these suction cups. It's pretty cool actually, and obviously the yellow is matching the body color. Got the Voltex swan neck wing, the Voltex rear diffuser too, titanium exhaust, a very good setup. This is an absolutely lovely 86 beside it too. I think it might be the Rock Bunny kit, I'm not 100% sure. It has changed looks many times over the years, but it has the big Voltex swan neck on that too. There's a Rocket Bunny Miata over there, and this is a nice little GR86 as well. Again, not super sure on the kit, but it does look good. It's got Advan RG4s on it, I believe. You have the 6 spokes, very good looking, and just the red and white setup's got a very like classic Toyota look to it. As we go around to the front of it, there we go, better look at it. Lovely looking car, great platform for modifying as well, these new GR86s. And again, shouts out to our friends at NextSpot, another great build there. But my goodness, there's just a lot to look at here, guys. It's almost hard to decide where we want to go next. I mean, look at this. You got everything from Civics with Lamborghini doors on it, with a lot of interesting mods under the hood. Got some BMWs over here. There's Volkswagens. Just a little bit of everything. Miatas, as you can see, Americana with the Mustangs. So, like I said, trying to find the best of the best here, see what we can get, and try and get all the coolest details on all of these cars. The C4 Cyberpunk Corvette we saw last year's show is back. I think it is a bit different, but I don't know if we saw it with the hood off last time. It's absolutely nuts. So pretty much like every inch of this car has been modified. It's just completely insane. You guys can see the size of the turbo sticking up there too. It's 100% not road legal, and I'll show you guys the interior in a second, and then you can obviously make it out for yourselves why this is not road legal. I mean, clearly I don't think these bumpers would ever work here in Ontario. We do have some sort of strict laws, but man, this is so crazy to look at. One of the coolest builds you will ever see. It's all forged carbon fiber down the sides, on the side mirrors too, And yeah, the interior, which we'll get to right now, is just ludicrous. So looks like it's all like green carbon fiber here. And then check out the dash. So yeah, as you guys can see, that is not street legal. It's just a bunch of neon, very like cyberpunk-esque. There's no speedometer, absolutely nothing. It is so crazy. Just one of the coolest cars ever. You got all the controls in the center console there. In the back, you've got that massive air ride suspension. Again, we've got this forged carbon rear wing as well, and then you can see a better look at the wide body too. The rear taillights do change color as well. By far one of the craziest cars you will see at any modified car show anywhere in the world. So we've got the Dirty Dave NSX too, another pretty famous car we've seen at previous shows, except he has changed livery now. He's got like the Coca-Cola red and white down the side. It's such a good looking car too. It is a wide body, but doesn't have the same like bolt-on fenders you see on other cars. And he can change the wheels on these too. So you can see the turbofan sitting inside. I guess he's opted to not put them on for now. But man, if we take a look at the back here, you guys can see a better look at that wide body and see just how low to the ground that car is. I love the rear diffuser on this too. Extremely aggressive. And yeah, like I said, one of the best looking NSXs you can see pretty much anywhere. With that front wheel does have the turbofan on it. So guys can get a quick look at that as we walk up front there and take a look. So obviously still matching the red and white theme on the rest of the car. Absolutely beautiful. Got this nice wide body E36 here. I'm not sure if it's like a Pandem kit or maybe it is just custom, but I love the color change, or the flip paint, or whatever you'd like to call it. Sort of goes from blue to purple. There's a bit of pink in it too, and nice little rotiform wheels on it as well. But actually, you know what, this bolt-on kit does look good. It suits this boxy style of the E36 very well. It's got the nice duckbill at the back as well. It's a clean E30 here too. It looks like it has a mix of sort of race car parts with the roll cage in the back. And then if we take a look in here, it's a bit more of like a classy style with the wooden steering wheel, these tiny little orange paddles on the hub there. It's kind of funny looking actually, but it is an interesting little build. And then yeah, you take a quick peek under the hood. Extremely modern in there, and as you can see, that does appear to be a V8 swap as well. So yeah, probably a lot of power coming out of this little E30 as we continue our walk here through the show. And somehow this is a 350Z, ladies and gentlemen, but look at what they've done to the front. I'm not even sure what you would call this or what exactly they're going for. Maybe like an old Porsche 356 or something. I'm not 100% sure, but it does have the JDM style rear view mirrors or side mirrors hooked on to the hood. And it has these interesting like sort of hybrid Lamborghini, Koenigsegg, McLaren kind of doors. And down here, there's a body panel missing. You can see the whole door mechanism. That is quite interesting. But if you do take a look inside, there we go. You guys can see the 350Z interior. But I can't say I've seen this kit before. That is pretty interesting. I'm a bit speechless because, yeah, like I said, there's just nothing else like that. But hey, to each their own. It is quite interesting. Kudos for being original. Turn around here. Take another look through the show field here. We've got the Focus RS wide body there. Nice little Impreza. We've got a Slam CRV because every show has to have some modified SUVs on air ride suspension with a plushie Mario in the back. Let's see what else we can find here. Yeah, we've got a drift build Mercedes CLK. Cannot see I have seen one of these before, but my goodness, look at the engine here again. Probably got to be putting out somewhere around 1,000 horsepower. You have to imagine with a setup like that. That is absolutely ridiculous. You can see just how far out the wheels poke from the rest of the body too, to get that drift suspension squeezed in there. And obviously there is nothing inside of it except some seats, roll cage, and a hub for your steering wheel. There's a giant air brake in there too. My goodness, that is absolutely massive. And the shifter too. That is ridiculous. I've never seen a drift CLK 600 before. That's crazy looking. And what else do we have in this row back here? We've got a nice little F80 M3. We've got a clean little DC5 there. Got a wide body 350Z. Now this Z4, that's some ridiculous offset, some crazy stance there. It does have the Static Club sticker in the back, so I guess he's not rocking any air ride. He's just rolling around town like that, so that's probably gonna be a nasty scrape when he pulls out of here. But we were talking about exhaust before. Look at the size of that. That is absolutely ridiculous. No other words for that. That is crazy looking. Got a new WRX over there, which I guess kind of growing. I mean, no STI variant, but if you do it up like that, that is pretty clean. I've got to say, a good looking car. As we move further down the row here. We've got a nice FBRX7, which sort of appears to be like an old IMSA GT style body kit on it. That looks really nice actually, and it has a very like period correct sort of 80s livery on it too. That's quite nice actually, I must say. Very cool looking car, and hardly ever see these FBs around at these shows. Obviously FDs and FCs get a lot more attention. That is quite nice. We'll keep moving down the row here. We've got a Razor Need for Speed Most Wanted style Mustang here. Looks like it's got a lot going on under the hood too. Tons of Roush parts. And again, I can only imagine this is probably putting out a ton of horsepower. It's got a nice carbon fiber front end to it. This generation of Mustang has really grown on me in recent times too. I actually do quite like it, and probably a bit of nostalgia too with Need for Speed Most Wanted, but that is very nice at 80 V1 wheels too. So yeah, cool little build. Now this wide body FDRX7, so lots of carbon fiber at the front. Obviously I do like all the louvers and the gills behind the rear wheel there. That does look quite nice. And under the hood, obviously quite a bit of work done. And now I believe this car is pretty well known for shooting some massive flames, so it'll be interesting to see what it does at the rollout. I have a feeling it's going to be very loud and very hot too, so be interesting to see this rollout. But man, you can see how low to the ground it is too, and I do like the back of this car too. It's got, I don't know if this is like a custom wide body that it has on it or if it's an actual official brand, but it is tucked against the wheels very nicely, so kudos to that. We've got a nice Nismo, or sort of Nismo looking GTR behind us there in blue. Very good. We've got another Mark IV Supra on HRE wheels. Very expensive. So yeah, obviously the car is quite expensive these days too. And look at the size of that exhaust. So yeah, we want to talk about making noise. That should be quite loud as well. We're all familiar with the 2JZ. We've got a nice 370Z over here as well. Again, I'm not like usually too big on the negative camber and the stance look, but this one actually does suit the car quite well. We'll take a look at the back there. Yeah, it actually does have a pretty good fitment to it. It's got a nice titanium exhaust at the back too. Some big speakers there as well. You got to get those tunes going, people. Man, oh man, it is really busy in here, and there are a lot of cars. So let's keep going. The classic four-door Integra here, which again, another car you don't really see too often anymore at these shows. This one is clean. Tons of work under the hood, but inside I did notice the roll cage it has in the back, or the mini roll cage, is pretty interesting. It's bolted right through the seats. I don't remember actually seeing that on other cars before, so pretty interesting that he's done that. He's got the little personal steering wheel as well, and a little interesting design. He's actually got the gauges. Wait, let me do a quick little zoom. Right under the center console though. Pretty interesting build on that little Integra, but quite nice. As I mentioned before, we've got a row of paint cars here too. Take a look at that. We've got the DC2 with the USDM front bumper. Actually, that's kind of nice. Everyone usually does the JDM bumper swap on it. It's kind of cool to see the circular lights around at these shows still. But look at that. Everything under the hood too. Engine cover, brake fluid cover, everything finished in pink. So yeah, nice little touch there. Got another Mark V Supra as well, finished in pink with a very nice looking kit actually too. Can only hope that is on air as well, because that is extremely low to the ground. 5-spoke Workmeisters too, very nice. See a very good looking Eclipse here too. We gotta show love to the Eclipses, guys, because again, just don't really see these too often at shows anymore. I think this is the best gen of the Eclipse too. It's the one you all know from Fast and Furious. But yeah, again, 5-spoke Workmeisters. So I guess, hey, you know what? Color me surprised. I didn't think we saw too many of these around at shows anymore, but this show does seem to have a lot of them. So nice to see. You've got the Brid Lomax seats in it. A very good, just clean looking car. But man, this BRZ behind us is one thing I did notice at the back here. I want to show you guys. It's quite interesting kit, but this exhaust is huge, and it's interesting that it curls up at the back of it. So I'm sure the flames probably shoot like way up in the air. Assuming this probably does shoot flames if I'm gonna go out on a whim here, but yeah, that should be pretty wild to see that towards the end. This wide body kit is pretty good though too. Nice bit of stance to it. You can see the roll cage in the back, so plenty going on there. You guys can hear they are doing awards over there at the stage now, so the crowd's moved a little bit further away. The music has stopped, so this is a good time to get some of the cars over here. I just want to point out this 350Z because I actually do quite like it. Nothing too extreme on it, but it does have a nice like track look to it. And the TE37s, obviously, always looking very good. Got a slammed Audi A7 or S7 here looking quite nice, actually. I've always liked this design of this car. The fastback styling is pretty cool. See another roof rack there. I got to point that out because we know we love roof racks on these modified cars. They always look just really cool for some reason. And wow, that Audi has a lot going on, actually. Quite the wild build. And we always like to see some nice, interesting LEDs as well. Look at those taillights. My goodness. Quite interesting. It's got the underglow, the work VS wheels. That's actually a pretty good little build there, guys. Not too shabby. Over here, we've got the wide body Supra. Lots going on there. We've got Audi's Media slinging it with the Hot Wheels sales over there in the background. But man, that is a pretty crazy looking kit. There is no headlight casing here. Interestingly enough, I see one bulb, so I don't know if maybe it's got some forced induction going on there. Got a Z31 here, which, yeah, that's a pretty crazy looking swap there. Not sure which 8-cylinder is under the hood there, but obviously that is not the stock engine. And yeah, wow, there's a lot crammed in there, guys. Crazy looking suspension there as well. Looks like it's fully adjustable, but yeah, quite nice to see a Z31, to be honest, getting some love. Got a Pontiac Grand Prix here, which I don't know the last time I saw that. Very 2000s American modifying though. Man, oh man, that is pretty crazy. Look at this, got the screens in the back of the Sega Genesis hooked up, and the original Super Nintendo here too. Oh my goodness, you can play video games, control your air ride in the back of this car, big speakers too. That is some cool modifications. Speaking of which, look at this Dodge Magnum, ladies and gentlemen. It's got Lamborghini doors in the front, going doors in the back. Oh my days, people. Look at these wheels too. Orange and purple carbon two-tone. They look like ninja blades. And just a ton of LEDs. Got the air ride in the back. All like purple. I don't even know if that's maybe like velvet or what you would call that material. But oh man, oh man. It's got a big, huge sunroof there too. Some more screens in the back. I think someone is sitting in the front. That's why I'm not getting too close to it. You guys can get the idea. That's a pretty crazy looking Dodge Magnum. And what else do we have back here? Here, the air ride in the back of this Audi, people. We see a lot of interesting setups when people go all out on these, but this has to be the craziest one I've seen. This guy's got like a full like terrarium growing in the back here. I can't even believe I'm saying the word terrarium on this channel. There's grass growing in the trunk, and yeah, look, it's got like a whole waterfall and a water well set up there on either sides of it. That is just ridiculous. That is so crazy. There's plants growing all over the air ride too. Wow. I mean, if you're gonna go all out, there you go. Go all out. And speaking of which, there's a pretty crazy looking NA Miata with some very interesting looking headlights, actually. It's like almost extended to sort of look like an FCRX7 headlight, which is pretty interesting. A lot of stance on that too. A bit of a unique wide body, I've got to say. Look at that. It's even covering part of the back wheels too, sort of a la Zonda HP Berchetta. Very interesting. Big old custom GT wing at the back too, so lots going on there. And well, it's gonna be a bit tough to get near the stage, but at least there are some cool cars all over the place here. We've got this slammed pink Fiat 500, the crazy tribal decals on it, some interesting 5-spoke wheels, tons of LEDs going on as well. Look at the front here, people. The RGB lights looking absolutely crazy, and check out the interior on this thing, people. There's a lot of crazy colors going on in there. Look at the dash, look at the door inserts as well. Looks like a laser tag zone in a car. That's the best way I can put it. Here, this bug-eye Impreza, if you guys can hear me over the speakers, again, a lot going on here. Tons under the engine, kind of hard to see everything, but the purple and green theme, almost, I don't know if he's got like a Hulk thing going on here, but man, oh man, lots to look at. Got the carbon fiber front splitter as well. Got the purple 5-spoke wheels with the green brake calipers and the green lugs inside. Yeah, again, lots going on. The Sparko the Sparco seats, the NRG harnesses as well. Nice little mix there too. Look at that, I've got the purple hub and a purple, it looks like a purple roll cage or roll bar just over the side there, right by the driver's seat. Very nice. Got the BRZ over here with just a massive wing. But check out the end plates on these things. Completely clear and see-through. That's an interesting little touch. I've seen renders of that online. Never see it in the flesh though, so that's kind of cool. Nice little S15 Sylvia over there as well with a good looking setup. Sort of like, I would have to say, I guess like a GT sort of build, or maybe like a drift style, whatever you like to call it, but that is pretty good looking too. Got the work VS's on it as well. And here is, I don't know, what I would probably call like a perfect NSX. This has like the ultimate like 90s JDM flair, something you'd probably see racing at the Tsukuba Attack Challenge over in Japan. Very reminiscent of the Trial NSX actually, with a lot of these modifications, but it just looks so good. And the yellow is absolutely striking on this too. Every little part of this car is perfect, just from the little carbon fiber canards and the vents on the hood. I do like the new front bumper styling as well. It's aggressive, but it doesn't really take away from the look of the NSX. It's got the ultimate Honda wheel on it too, the Desmond Rega Masters, the Evos at that. It's got the nice little, what I would believe to be the Craft Sports, or potentially Trial for that matter, the carbon fiber side mirrors as well. You can see the fenders as well, just sticking out a little bit further for that extra aggressiveness on that car. We got the Voltex wing at the back, and there we go, just a perfect setup on this NSX, guys. Just absolutely immaculate, I have to say so. The big diffuser at the back too, and look at that, all the way from Frenchland too in Quebec. That is just magnificent. Even the rear taillights too, just a great little retrofit. Again, not taking away from the overall vibe of the car, but looks fantastic. And then just behind that NSX, we have another really cool JDM legend here, the R32 GTR. Obviously my personal favorite, but this does appear to be the Pandem wide body kit too, so pretty clear to see what you get with that. Those big, huge bolt-on over fenders. But as far as Pan Am kits go, I honestly think it really suits the R32 better than any other car. These bolt-ons look perfect on these boxier style 90s cars rather. Sort of similar to what we saw with that E36 earlier. Again, just the box styling with these over fenders is perfect in my opinion. You've got, again, the 5-spoke Workmeisters on it looking fantastic. Grid Lomax seats, the Takata belts, a lot of cool stuff going on. I love that OMP steering wheel too. Quite small, and you can only imagine it's quite nimble and handles very well. We take a look at the back here. I just love the big cut in these over fenders too, just to make room for the gas cap. But there you go. There is a look back at the Rocket Bunny R32 GTR. Very good looking. Here we have our friend Josh's Liberty Walk 997, looking good as always. We've seen this car on the channel a couple of times, but it's always good to see it. One of the better looking Liberty Walk kits in my opinion. Everything just suits the car really well. It has sort of like a 997 GT3 RSR kind of feel or vibe to it, just with that rear wing and how the over fenders flow with the lines of the car. It's a great looking build. The white Brixton forged wheels are new for this car. We didn't see them last time. I think he had the black Brixtons before, so now they are white. I'm a huge fan of white wheels, so good on him with that. But yeah, I do love the back end here. So I'll shift over to get a better look. Just how that GT wing sort of just flows in with the duckbill. So you get a 2-in-1 kind of vibe with this setup. And there's a fully custom exhaust at the back too. Obviously that is why the rear bumper is cut up to fit the exhaust. It sounds fantastic, so it'll be great to hear it on the rollout, but just such a cool looking car too. Over there is a crazy wide body Mustang. That is the wildest swan neck wing I've ever seen on any car, period. It's, well, excluding GT3 or purpose built race cars, just on a road car, it's just crazy. That is super chunky. You can see just how wide and thick the actual wing itself is too. That is nuts. And over here we'll get a better look at the car. It's got a see-through hood, very much like the C6 Corvette ZR1, and now you guys can get a better look at that wide body too, and just how it flows with the car. It's a lot of aero towards the back there as well. You can see the cuts in the over fenders, but that is actually quite interesting, guys. That's a pretty cool and unique build. And then here is easily one of my favorite cars we've seen so far in the show, this 996. It's a custom wide body. I believe the company is Miles Works. just going by the window banner there, but this is super cool. Obviously, it's clearly going for a 996 GT3 RSR build, but yeah, it's even got like the yellow film over the headlights, very reminiscent of like the old Flying Lizard Motorsport race cars. The livery on this looks fantastic too. Such a cool build, a giant GT wing at the back, and yeah, interior wise, you can see the big roll cage. Back is completely ripped open. Just a lot of cool stuff to look at. Man, oh man, there you go. You can see the rear wing, just how big it is hanging over the back of the car. You can see how wide it is too. Again, great looking livery on that as well. Interestingly enough, taillights do appear to be like 997 lights, so it'll be interesting to see if this actually is a 996 or a 997. It's actually kind of stumped me now that I look at it, but either way, 996, 997 looks fantastic. 996 lights in the front and 997 lights in the rear, and then behind that there is a pretty crazy looking Evo as well. Sort of, I can kind of say, just kind of like the vibe that yellow NSX had. Sort of something you would see at the Tsukuba Attack in Japan. A great looking build. I think it's going for a Time Attack vibe as well. Again, kudos for the racing livery on this too. It looks fantastic. Big GT wing, and it has what appears to be the TE37s on as well, just unbranded. But man, oh man, look at that. Tons going on under the engine bay as well. You can see the exhaust dump there just sticking out in front of the engine. Great build. Kudos to that guy right there. And yeah, just a ton of stuff to look at, guys. As I mentioned, just never ever stops. We have the RE Amamiya, or at least the RE Amamiya style Miata here. Very, very good looking build. This is obviously very reminiscent to what you would see on the FDR X7 kit, and it looks fantastic. I gotta say, it really suits the car quite well. It's got a crazy wide body. You guys can see how aggressive the aero is at the front there with that front splitter and those crazy looking canards. But yeah, look at the back here too. It's got the double wing with the duckbill and the huge GT wing at the back. Again, another car from Quebec, so shouts out to Quebec. They are in full force here at this show with some really, really cool looking builds. And obviously we wouldn't get to see these cars very often, seeing as we are in Ontario. So shouts out to our Quebec friends. That is a great looking build. Absolutely one of the wildest Miatas I have seen. And I love the little over fenders at the back too. Not too huge, but it gets the point across, and the wheels are tucked in perfectly. Just an excellent fitment. We've got what appears to be the Amuse GT1 S2000 as well. Obviously a legend from Gran Turismo games. And we have seen a lot more of these kits popping up in recent times, especially in Toronto too. But this is the first time I've seen this purple one. It looks fantastic, and it's got a pretty rare brake setup here too. The Project Mu brake calipers, it's got the multi-spoke raised wheels on it, the full carbon fiber hood, and obviously that giant GT wing at the back. And the GT1 kit is pretty famous for, like, again, you've probably seen it in Gran Turismo games, but it has that crazy race car style vibe to it. So obviously it's much wider than your standard S2000. I think if I go around to the back here, you can probably get a better idea of just how wide that is. And you can even see there is aero built into these over fenders as well with those mesh inserts there. And it completely reroutes the exhaust to come right out of the rear bumper, just over that huge diffuser too. Got the Eleanor Tribute GT500 Mustang there. Always cool to see these. I know these are almost like common now, I would say. It almost seems like we've seen one of them at every single modified show. Never get tired of them though. It is a very iconic muscle car. Such a cool build right there. And as we head towards the back of the car, let's see, what else do we have? We have a classic four-door Acura. It's almost thought that was a Civic. It does look like it is the Acura variant though, but check it out, guys. Another massive turbo on this car as well. So cool to see that. Lots of K-tune parts on there, so probably again lots and lots of power. Here's one of my favorite Hondas though in the city, this EF. I think I've seen it a couple of times now at these shows, but I don't know, every time I see it, it feels like the first. It's just such a cool little build, and very much like a Kanjo loop racer. You can see all the carbon fiber on the hood and the fenders there, those tiny little TE37s. And yeah, very gutted in the back, the roll cage. I love the exposed suspension linkage in there too. A very aggressive and raw build. I can only imagine how fun some of this would be to drive around the track. or just pretty much in any setting, to be honest. But just look at that fitment. This has always been my favorite of the classic Civics, is the EF9 hatchback. It's just such a good, timeless looking JDM car. There we saw my favorite of the classic Civics before. This is my classic favorite Audi, the B5 generation A4. I love this boxy style. Made a great race car too. You see it in classic like SCCA and touring car races. But man, this is, again, pretty aggressive too with that roll cage. But I love these like mesh style BBS wheels just tucked into the fenders. They look fantastic. The brass knuckle shifter, that's an interesting little touch there. But yeah, I just love, like I said, the boxy styling of the B5. I always thought it was just a very good looking car, and this one is a pretty simple but clean build. I've got to say, I do quite like that. Let's see what else we can find here. Just a crazy looking Mark V Supra here. This is one of the more interesting kits you will see on in this car. Actually, just notice these forged carbon fiber side mirrors as well. So lots of little details on this. We've got the giant chassis mounted wing at the back, but this is probably the coolest angle here. You get a better look at these over fenders and just the massive canards. This is very similar to what Nakai does on some of the crazier RWBs, and I do like these 5-spoke raised wheels on there too, something that's a little less common at these shows, but absolutely suits this car, and the wheels are just tucked in perfectly there. Great fitment on it, and just a great looking kit. I do kind of believe it's the HKS or maybe some sort of a custom variation of it, but either way, quite nice. And speaking of RWB over fenders, there we go. This one we have not seen on the channel before. This is a 993. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say it is the Heavenly kit, which is the wider version of the RWB, because that is absolutely super thick at the back. It's got the very aggressive like triple or double wing, whatever you want to call it too, and I love the livery on this. Again, this is another Quebec car, so shouts out to our Quebec friends with so many great builds at the show this year. But man, look at the turbo fans on that, two color matched with the rest of the livery. This is the RWB Boon Me. I do believe it has like matching seat belts and stitching on the seats as well, so an extremely detailed RWB, and easily one of the coolest RWBs you will see anywhere in the world. And there is the RWB 993 Adame, which we have seen multiple times on the channel, but always good to see it again. So nice to see the two RWB builds here posted up near the front of the show. But man, I can't get enough of that. That livery looks fantastic on RWB Boon Me, and those, man, I'm a huge sucker for the turbo fans too. Great looking car. And there is another J's Racing S2000 here, finished in red. This one does have the top down, so you can see the big roll cage or roll bar, you want, whatever you want to call it, in the back. Little fire extinguisher squished in there as well. Again, an extremely aggressive kit. You guys can see just how wide those over fenders are, and just the cuts and the slits behind the rear wheels, and it has absolutely the track day vibe to it. And you can sort of see through the hood vents as well that there are some serious modifications under there too, so probably a lot of power. Speaking of a lot of power, there is a Liberty Walk Gallardo too, just to top things off in a dark camo livery. Yeah, we don't really see this kit around very much. It's one of the older Liberty Walk Lamborghini kits, so great to see that at the show. Here, this E46 is quite extreme. I have to show this one up because, yeah, it looks like it's a very track-focused build. It's extremely raw, lots and lots of carbon fiber. But yeah, you can see it almost looks like sheet metal there, just cut right in to the hood. So obviously, yes, just going for absolute function with this car, but the form is quite nice too. These carbon fiber over fenders do look fantastic. And I'll show you guys as well the RPG bucket seats finished in carbon fiber. Really, really skinny. So thankfully myself, I am quite small. I think me and people with similar builds, the only ones that could really fit into a seat like that. But man, like even the door handles, they're finished in carbon fiber. This is my favorite touch though. You can see the exhaust dumping right out of the side of the rear bumper. That is such a cool touch. Again, Quebec, my goodness, representing here. They have some absolutely amazing builds here at Importfest this year, so great to see that. And yeah, a few more cars over here as well. Great plate. Shouts out to Cosmo Kramer. Look at that. A slammed wide body Tesla Model 3. That is something I was not expecting to see here, but a little bit of everything at this show. We've got the full anime livery over here on what I believe is the 7 Series. is quite big. I don't know if I can actually show that anime livery up close because it's a bit lewd, but yeah, I always do love a nice Itasha wrap on these cars. But yeah, there's quite a good spread this year at Importfest, as we'll just collect our last couple of cars here. Nice little AC Schnitzer E30, which I think we actually saw that exact car back at the Vulture. But as mentioned, we'll get the last couple cars here before we wrap up, and then it's time for the rollout. And yeah, this S13, my goodness, obviously it's a pretty clean little build, but look at this. We have the 5-spoke Ferrari wheels, so something you would see on an F40 or a Testarossa, not on an S13. But oh man, I do love an unconventional wheel choice, especially when you switch OEMs. But yeah, Ferrari wheels on a 90s Nissan, that gives a huge thumbs up from 6 cars. And just to top things off, we do have the TCP FD RX-7 as well. We have seen it on the channel before, but man, oh man, I have got to show it for all of our new viewers too, because it is one of the craziest kits you can get for the FD. This is a new livery too, so it is a bit different, but you can see the giant rear diffuser, huge titanium finish exhaust as well sticking out at the back. But I absolutely love the over fenders on this car. Again, they just seem to flow so nicely with the body lines of the RX-7, and there's a lot of air going on as well. There's canards on the back, there's many canards on the front as well, or louvers I might say too. These carbon fiber parts here as well, a ton of ventilation on the hood. And yeah, as you guys can see, it was yellow before, but now it does have this very striking pink livery. We've got the neon dragon painted on the side as well. It's got a great JDM flair to it with this new look. And man, oh man, just take a look at the front here too. You guys can see just how big the front splitter is, and just as big the carbon fiber canards are as well. Nice little tribute to Tsukuba circuit. I've referenced that multiple times with cars sort of reminiscent to ones you would see in the Tsukuba Time Attack Challenge, which, if you haven't seen that already, is on the channel. Go check that out, the 2023 version of Tsukuba Attack. But yeah, great looking car right there. So many great builds at this year's Importfest in Toronto.